Can Zion Williamson, Ja Morant reach their potential after years of starts and stops? Nashville, Tennessee. Zion Williamson's and Ja Morant's respective NBA teams opened training camp last week in the capital of country music. Williamson's New Orleans Pelicans just steps from Music Row on the campus of Belmont University, and Morant's Memphis Grizzlies at a posh, private high school about 15 miles southwest of downtown. Williamson and Morant arrived in Nashville at almost eerily similar places in their careers. Considering the proximity of their childhoods, they grew up about an hour from each other in South Carolina, and their lofty positions in the 2019 NBA Draft. Williamson, of course, went number 1 that June to the Pels, with Morant right behind him at number 2 to Memphis. 6 seasons later, they become NBA All-Stars and stars in a looser sense of the word, but both have endured enough trouble, injuries or otherwise, to leave many wondering if they will reach their full potential as the next truly great American basketball superstars. "I don't think any of us really know his potential," Pelicans coach Willie Green said of Williamson, as the thunder of dribbling and swishing of nets echoed in Belmont's Curb Event Center on day 1 of training camp. "We believe in him here. When he plays, he's just as dominant as anybody in the NBA." In addressing the same question about Morant, Memphis coach Taylor Jenkins said, "It's easy to say stuff like, 'The sky's the limit, Hall of Famer, champion.' I hope I can wish that stuff into existence. I think he's shown tons of growth in the summer, even last year," Jenkins said. "But I think he can be one of the greats that's played this game because of how much he loves it and how much he invests in the craft." Williamson is 24 and played more games last year, 70, than he had in any other season in the NBA, but he dealt with questions about his physical conditioning and the role it continued to play in his relative inability to stay healthy. He had been an All-Star the year before, despite appearing in only 29 games, and the season before that was lost entirely. Williamson missed the whole thing because of a lingering foot injury. His best full season in the NBA was, and still is, his second, when he posted career highs in points, 27.0, and rebounds, 7.2 per game. Last season ended terribly and poetically for Williamson. In a play-in tournament game against the Los Angeles Lakers, he went for 40 points and 11 rebounds but missed the final minutes of the eventual loss because of a hamstring injury. Morant, 25, was the runaway Rookie of the Year in 2020 while Williamson barely played, just 29 games due to injury. Injuries cost Morant in each of his 5 seasons, but he was nevertheless blossoming into a star ready for the biggest stages in the NBA in years 3 and 4, when he was twice an All-Star averaging more than 25 points and almost single-handedly accelerating the Grizzlies' rebuild. After the All-Star game in 2023, Morant's career took a turn. Twice the league suspended him for brandishing a firearm on social media. Just 9 games after his return from the second suspension, which covered the first 2 months of last season, Morant suffered a shoulder injury that required season-ending surgery and limited him to just 9 games. Neither player was on Team USA last summer for the Paris Olympics, a team of 12 stars that was built not only to win gold, which it did, but to signal a passing of a torch from LeBron James, Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry to a next generation of American super talent. If they, Team USA, would have called, I would definitely have picked up, but I guess it wasn't my time, which is okay, Williamson said last week. They went out there and brought gold home, which was great for the country. Hopefully in 2028, I'll be ready. Williamson and Morant reaching their potential isn't really about making the next Olympic team, which will defend gold 4 years from now at home in Los Angeles. Both players are so talented and dominant, they are obvious candidates so long as they are healthy and otherwise in everyone's good graces when it's time to pick the next team. And even if they aren't in LA for the next Olympics, no country will have a roster as deep as the American team. We will still have a great chance to win gold, but it won't be easy, one USA basketball source said. Ja and Zion need to be in the mix. Moving forward, hopefully they can get on track and stay on track. Rather, the reason Team USA, and Williamson's and Morant's absence from the last iteration, is part of the discussion now is that James, Curry and Durant considered their Paris run a last dance. It suggests they will either be retired or not playing at the necessary level to be an American Olympian in 2028. So, between now and then, 3 players who have been the very best in the NBA for a very, very long time could be gone from the sport.